Okay. So from your troop dashboard, and like I said, I'll go over the service unit side as well for anybody who logs in that has service unit access. But from your troop side, there's a number of reports that you'll be able to access. The most important report that I want to cover first is going to be your troop summary and amount due report. That's down here at the bottom. This report is actually new for M2. They just created this format for this year, and this is going to make your financials at the end of the year so much easier because it has everything that you need to know about your fall product program for this current year. If you also had access last year, you should also be able to, you might be able to pull up last year's report. If not, you can always, and you're curious to see what it looks like, you can always message me and I can get you a copy of last year's, because once they put the reports in like this, it will backdate, so you'll be able to see last year's information in the same format. But from here, as you can see, my my troop that I have in here didn't do anything because it was just kind of my sandbox, as it were. But on this report, it's going to show you everything that your troop's done, from the amount that's been collected online, which is what your Girl Scouts customers have paid via credit card. This is going to be any amount that has been collected from the customers directly. And then what your troop should have received or will be receiving through troop proceeds. It's also going to show you how much is going to be owed to council overall, and if there's been any payments made to council. And this is going to be where your ACHs will show up. In a few circumstances where I've had a Girl Scout or a parent or a troop leader pay for something here, this will already show up as an amount. But for the most part, everybody else will show a 0 for the moment. The balance due to council is what to expect for your coming ACH. And again, ACH will begin December 3rd is the date that we'll be sending the information to the bank. It can take about 48 hours for everything to get processed, but December 3rd is when we will send it over. And from that point, there is there's nothing that we can do for any changes. As you scroll down, you'll be able to see a breakdown of how your troop did for magazine sales, direct ship sales, order card sales, and then also your online girl delivered items. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm getting over a head cold. And then the nice feature with this report is you can print it. You can reprint it. You can print it just as you see it here. You can download the PDF, and this is how it will come up. It'll look like this. You'll also be able to export it into Excel. If you're a person that likes to be able to break things down in Excel and play with it, you're welcome to do that as well. And then you can also email it. So if you are the troop fall product manager, but you're not the troop leader, or you're not the person who does the finances for that troop, you can easily email this report to your troop leader or your finance person. Or if you want, all the parents in your troop to see how the troop did, you can also email it to them that way. And you can either email it as a PDF or an Excel. You just type in their email address here, click email, and it, I would say, takes probably about a half hour or so for it to actually send. Okay, so that is, like I said, going to be your primary report that you're going to want to use throughout the year. And make sure you have these reports printed. I would say before the end of this year, before 2020, because the system will shut down around March or April timeframe. I don't have an exact date on the shutdown, so that they can reset it for the next year, and at which point you will not be able to access the report. And I'm also locked out for a period of time as they do upgrades and system changes. So I won't even be able to access any of these reports in time for your financials. So make sure you have them ready to go. Additional reports you can find under special reports. This can give you, and these are going to all come down in Excel. I'm hoping that M2 will continue to update the reports so that we have more of them in that PDF form. But for the time being, most of these reports are actually going to show up in an Excel document. But you just click on one. So let's say you want to see a Girl Scouts summary. Okay, it'll come up as your download down here. And I'll have to fight with it and give me one moment, and I'm going to swap over. And then it'll look like this. This is the Excel that it downloaded. And it'll have all of that Girl Scouts basic information as far as how much they sold in units, dollar amount, what was paid online by the customers via credit card, what the Girl Scout collected, how much she's paid to the troop. So this is the amounts that you would have entered based on the receipts that you have. And then if she has any balance. And so this part here is key. If it's 0, you're good. If there is a positive value here, then that means you will need to submit a girl delinquent report. Originally, those delinquent reports were going to be due on Monday, but because the delinquent document is not on the site yet, it was delayed on my end, I have pushed the due date back until Thursday, and I'll actually be sending out an email. That was just a decision that was reached this morning, so I haven't sent that email out yet, but it will be due next Thursday for delinquent reports. And again, that's going to be for anybody with an actual balance. All right, let me switch back over. All right. You can also see a summary of the troop, of the rewards. The PDF, if you click on the all sales here at the top, will also give you a breakdown of your troop and how they did total sales. This isn't going to show any payments made, just how well they did, how many emails they sent, what their total magazines and total nuts were. You can drill down from here and look at each individual girl, and it'll give you a summary of what they sold. It'll also show you at the bottom who their supporters were. So Grandma Sue bought X, Y, and Z in this quantity, and it'll show you all of that. And again, you can print, download, or export, and even email this report as well. All right, I'm going to jump back over to my dashboard. Banking and payments is another spot. I know I covered this last week, but I wanted to go over it again. You click on banking and payments. This is going to be where you'll see your troop and how much is owed to council, or how much each Girl Scout owes to the troop. You click on the troop, you'll drill down, and you'll be able to see each of the girls. This is going to be payments due to troop, so anything that has not been paid online that the Girl Scout is expected to collect will show here. Payments made are going to be anything that you have already entered via the receipts that you should have been writing, and then what their actual balance is. If you have to fill out a girl delinquent report, one of the things on there is a girl balance summary. I think I had my systems slightly crossed because it doesn't give a balance summary in the same way as the cookie system does, or in the same way as the troop summary here. But what I basically need is this document here. Obviously, for my current Girl Scout that I have up, she has no payments made. And if that's the case, then this is just the screen that I need printed or a screenshot of and included with the documents. And again, anything that you've receipted for needs to show up here. I go back. The other reports that will come in handy, of course, are going to be your reward recognition reports. I have another just-in-time training that covered that, but we're going to go over it again today as well. So under under product management, you'll see delivery tickets. So from here, so the top part is going to be product. Scroll down until you see reward. When you click on troop, and hit create ticket, this is going to be what you should be receiving from the service unit for product manager. So that's going to be your troop as a whole. Once you receive those items, you're going to need to go in and do your Girl Scouts tickets. You can print all of them, or you can print individual ones. So if for some reason, as you're printing them all, one of the Girl Scouts sheets got messed up in the printer and you have to go back and reprint it, you can do that as well. In this case, I don't think it's going to give me anything, but we'll try. Yeah, that's what I thought. So because this Girl Scout had no sales attributed to her, she doesn't have any rewards, so she's not going to show up as a ticket. But when you click create ticket, it will come up as a PDF document down here. You'll open that up and you'll be able to print them. And when it's all, it'll give you all of the Girl Scouts, but broken down into that individual ticket. So are there any questions going over the troop dashboard? Is there something that you guys wanted me to go over in a little bit more detail before I switch over to the service unit, or do you guys think, are you guys able to follow that pretty well? And as I said, feel free to unmute yourself if you would like. All right, thank you, Veronica. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the service unit role as well by changing role and clicking on service unit. Okay, so from here, now keep in mind, I have all the service units. I have access to all the service units, so you're going to see more than just my council one that I've been working on. But from here, it's going to be pretty much the same kind of setup as far as going into your reports. You'll be able, but from here, you can select, if you are in multiple service units, you can select the service unit that you need to access. If it's one with multiple service units, I'm sorry, if it's the one with multiple troops, you can click on the troop that you want to look at and go from there. Excuse me, now I have the hiccups. Again, under special reports, now you're also going to be able to see the service unit summary. For those who are a part of the service unit team, this is also where you're going to want to see, or where you'll be able to pull the information on how much the service unit should be expecting for their proceeds later in December. Your summary report is where you'll have all of your troops listed. You just type in the number, click on it, and then again, it'll pull up that document. So if you are a service unit flow product manager and you have a troop that's having trouble accessing the system for some reason, you can pull up the report and you can email it to them. All right. And as I said, you should have access to these reports for a few more months. So just make sure you pull everything that you need to now. Delivery tickets. Again, scroll all the way down to product, or I'm sorry, reward at the bottom. The top one here, delivery site tickets, is what the service unit would be receiving from the company or companies. The troop ticket is where you would be selecting which council, which service unit that you're going to be sorting, and then you can pull all the troop ones. You can also go this route if you want to pull a specific troop. If for some reason you need to pull a Girl Scout, you can pull it from here, but ideally you shouldn't need to worry about the Girl Scout ones. It would just be the 2 troop tickets. All right, so any questions? None? Awesome. Well, I am going to go ahead and stay on the line for about 10 more minutes because experience has told me that we sometimes get late arrivals that miss the training. So I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes in case anybody has a question or logs in late. But if you have no questions, feel free to log off, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.